Hey there, We Can't Wrestle podcast listeners. If you haven't noticed, we have switched our server to Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So go ahead, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Highly recommended by me and everybody else here at the We Can't Wrestle podcast.
You're listening to the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Now it's time for our host, Nate Matson.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the latest edition of the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Nate Maxon, your host, here with you. And this week we are using some unused audio as we have in the past. I'm in the midst of recording the Hall of Fame episodes of the show, which take some time to produce and get everybody together to record the shows. So in the meantime, like I said, last week we relived the Extreme and played the first 3 episodes of the Reliving the Extreme podcast. This week I'm going to do another unused audio edition of the show, where I have some audio from an episode I believe we recorded back in September that was never actually produced or never actually published. The audio was a little wonky. Things went off the rails, but I keep these things just in case in my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? To be bonus episodes of the We Can't Wrestle podcast. So this week we are going to go back to that episode that we recorded that did not get released from September of last year. It was me, Aaron, and Kyle, and we did a little Would You Rather. Played some Would You Rather for professional wrestling. And that is what you're going to hear right now. So let's take a listen to some Would You Rather with Kyle, Aaron, and myself on this week's edition of the We Can't Wrestle podcast. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back to episode 108 of the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Would you rather? That's what we're going to play here on the show this week.
Would you fucking rather?
And I'm going to let Kyle go first because this was his idea. So,
okay. All right. Would you rather be live in attendance to see the end of Bruno Sammartino's streak or the Undertaker's streak?
I would pick Bruno's streak, and here's why. Because although I was not live in attendance, I did get to watch the end of the Undertaker's streak on pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. Whereas if the people that saw the end of Bruno's title reign to Koloff are the only people that saw it.
Right.
So historically, that's where I would have wanted to be. Because I got to see, on television, even though I wasn't there in person, I got to see the Taker deal. But the only people, those 16,000 or whatever in MSG, were the only ones that got to see the Bruno Koloff match.
And I can only imagine, because I know for us, when we saw this Taker streak in, all 3 of us were fucking mouths open, fucking just silent for fucking, it seemed like forever.
Yeah. Asking questions with your face, but not saying anything.
Yeah. Aaron?
I would rather, just in my own, personality, be in the audience when San Martino lost. So I could be
I would
like
say
when
one.
all the other people were just standing there mouth breathing, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
What just happened to Hot Bruno?
Right?
I'll tell you.
I'll tell you. 2 times.
Two times.
So
Yeah.
what would your pick be on that, Kyle?
It would be to see Bruno.
All right, so I guess we're in.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
as great as the Undertaker was to see like that in that moment and the shock, can you imagine what that arena was like back when kayfabe was still real?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Aaron, what's your first would you rather for us?
All right. You want my funny one or
No, end with the funny one.
okay? The building's on fire. Okay.
Okay.
The building is on fire.
You put us in quite the precarious position here.
And you can only save one company's tape history. Like, if you don't, you can only grab one. The building's on fire. Would you rather save the WWF/E's tape library, the NWA/WCW's library, or you can only save one? So which one would you rather save?
WWF, NWA, WCW, or ECW?
No, that's not what I said. I said the building's on fire, and you can only save one. The WWF, NWA, WCW, or Mid-South.
Oh, Mid-South. Okay. You froze when you said the last one, so it went C. So I thought you said ECW.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go with WWF because then I'll have a job for life. Because that's the only fucking reason why Kevin Dunn has a fucking job.
I am also saving the WWF library because at the end of the day, well, no matter what I criticize of them or whether I like something in another promotion, everybody who knows me knows that at the end of the day, I am a WWF guy.
Yep.
So that's the one I'm saving. Which one did you pick, Aaron?
I'm going to save the NWA, WCW.
Well, look, guys, we can all share. Kyle, you should have got the Mid-South, and then we'd all been winning.
Fuck. I ruined it again.
I mean, I'd much rather watch fucking Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat before I'd watch fucking Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. And it's not knocking that shit, but you know, you know the style that I prefer in wrestling.
Right. All right. So, would you rather only be able to watch wrestling from the 1980s or wrestling from the 1990s? I hear some thinking going on there. Everybody can hear the wheels turning.
I would rather... Oh, sorry, Kyle, go ahead.
No, I'm going to have to go with the 1990s.
Reason?
As much as I love the 80s and stuff, 90s is like when I got into it.
Mm-hmm.
So just for the nostalgia fact of it, like 91 is about when I started watching. Because like I said, I started watching with my grandma because she was huge into fucking wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
big Ultimate Warrior fan. So
I am. Oh, Aaron, go ahead.
Huh?
80s or 90s?
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather watch 80s wrestling
Reason?
because I'd rather watch like a 1980s Roddy Piper than a 1990s Roddy Piper, and I'd rather watch a 1980s like Randy Savage than like a 1990s Randy. The 80s was fucking fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just
both-
saying, like 87 to 89 is fucking great. Everybody that you consider the greatest wrestler of all time was fantastic at that point. Like Bret Hart, fucking Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair. They were all the best in fucking 86 to 89. Whose phone is ringing?
Nobody's phone's ringing.
nobody's. You're hearing shit. They're coming for you.
So, Kyle, what is your next Would You Rather?
Okay, congratulations. You're a fucking pro wrestler. How does it feel?
It's my dream, baby.
You have a match. Would you rather be a young lion during a Suzuki match or wrestling New Jack coked off his tits?
What did you just ask?
Would you rather be a young lion facing Suzuki? So, for those who don't know, Suzuki is like the famous for stiffing the fuck out of the young lions in New Japan, which is the new guys.
Mm-hmm.
Or wrestling New Jack coked off his tits.
So I got to wrestle Great Suzuki or
Suzuki.
New Jack?
Suzuki. Strong style. Think strong style. Or
Not
New
only,
Jack.
Not only facing Suzuki, but you are a fucking young lion. You are fucking green.
In other words, he's going to beat the ever-loving shit out of you.
Oh, fuck. He's going to stiff the fuck out of you.
Or New Jack on coke.
So I got to wrestle Great Suzuki or New Jack? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll wrestle New Jack.
Ugh.
I'm going to be the young lion against Suzuki, and I have my reason. My reason is if I'm the young lion against Suzuki, I'm probably going to get potatoed. I might even, get knocked for a loop or two, but I'm not going to have any permanent scarring, and nothing's going to get stapled to my forehead.
Yeah, I don't think Suzuki's ever fucking killed anyone.
Right, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Suzuki over.
I'll just take New Jack.
All right, Aaron, what's your next one?
Okay, you got a time machine, all right? You got a time machine. You guys listening?
Yep.
Time machine. And you could go back to one of these two promotions and watch their entire existence in your time machine. And you can only pick one. Watch live. Or are you going to use your time machine to watch all of the entire existence of Smoky Mountain Wrestling or the entire existence of ECW? Does that question make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can watch live, sit there and watch all the existence of either one of those.
I would
Smoky
pick,
Mountain or ECW.
I would pick ECW.
Why is that?
Because you said live.
Yeah.
I think that would be the better atmosphere to be in. Like, it would be, not the Smoky Mountain wouldn't be cool to be at, but to be able to sit there in the ECW arena through the promotion's history would be, I mean, people talk about Madison Square Garden, but for us wrestling fans, is there a more infamous / famous crowd than the ECW arena crowd?
No.
So I think I'd rather be a part of that crowd. I feel like a Smoky Mountain crowd, I just like smell like the beer that was spilled on me all the time. And I'm not hating on the product at all. I'm just, the atmosphere. I'm just saying. They try to sell me raffle tickets and
hey, this little guy needs a lung.
As much as I love ECW, I'm gonna have to go with Smoky Mountain.
You just want the raffle tickets. You want to win that. You want to win that. You want to win that Hitachi sound system.
Fucking. You gotta think, like, Smoky Mountain had so many great talent when they first started out,
and through the whole promotion, like Aaron talked about underrated, underutilized people earlier. Smoky Mountain was a bevy of that, like Tony Anthony, Ron Wright,
fucking
Tracy Smothers, don't say Brian Lee because he stunk.
The Fullers were in there. The Goldens were in there. I mean, EC. That the reason I put that on there is because it's like I'm conflicted on who I would want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I have ECW, which I can watch on the network, which we're doing with the 2300 podcast. But I found a goddamn wormhole on YouTube with Smoky Mountain, which I'm watching. And they're both great promotions. And I don't know which one I would pick.
Right.
It was just a treasure trove. Either way you go.
So for my next one, I want to ask you guys, would you rather, if you could choose, to block out all the things that have happened as far as exposing the business since Vince McMahon first said it's entertainment, it's not real, so he could not have to pay taxes in fucking Portland or whatever. Would you rather still know about kayfabe and know what you know as a smart fan, or would you rather still have that belief that it's real? Do you think you would enjoy
that it's real?
Do you think you would enjoy the product more if you still believed it was real? Like
Absolutely. I would, in a fucking heartbeat, love to believe that it's fucking real again. To not know about kayfabe, in a fucking heartbeat.
Aaron,
I want to know it's fucking fake.
You want to know it's fake?
Yeah.
I actually couldn't even answer it. I came because I was like, ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to present that one because I couldn't answer it because there's certain elements of time where I'm like, no, I like the fact that I know. And then other times I'm like, oh God, but man, it was so cool when I thought, that Hulk Hogan was fighting underneath from that evil, dastardly, fat ass earthquake.
Because the problem is that with pro wrestling, we've gotten to the point now where it's so hard to suspend your disbelief.
Right.
For whatever reason, you can go watch fucking a Marvel movie, or you can watch. Perfect example. I just watched again the fucking 100th time the Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've never fucking seen that movie, go fucking watch the movie.
Great movie.
I'm gonna watch that movie.
Huh?
I'm not gonna watch that movie.
It is so fucking good. It is
I don't
a
watch
pro
movies.
wrestling. It's a pro wrestling story at its fucking finest. Because you have the baby face that's coming up from the bottom, and you're fucking rooting for this guy.
You know what else? And I'm not trying to take your heat away here, Kyle.
No, go ahead.
But you know what else is something that if people are wrestling fans, something, and Aaron will agree with me on this. Something else that people will agree with me, or Aaron will agree with me, and people should do if they're a wrestling fan and you have not watched this TV show, you should watch Justified. The main character in Justified is possibly my favorite babyface in a television show ever.
But you know what?
Raylan's my favorite babyface in a television show ever.
But you know what?
What?
With Raylan Givens is actually kind of a piece of shit.
I don't agree with that. I think he is he is the best kind of babyface because he's torn a lot of the time. He's in the situation. I don't know. I see him
What I'm saying is he's not okay. He's not a piece of shit. They just disappeared.
Keep going. No, I get it. I think that when it comes down to it, I would love
That's what
to
Nate
watch.
falls to when he's peeing.
I would love to watch. I would love to watch WWE Raw right now and fucking go along with the stories that's going along without feeling like, oh, they're pushing this guy or they're fucking playing this guy or they're doing this or I want to go back to one of my favorite storylines was the Sting versus Hollywood Hogan versus the NWO. And you fucking believe that, Sting is fucking, he's there to fucking save everybody, and we know better now, but, God damn it, I fucking love that story.
And it was a great story. And
I want to go back to that. I want to go back to...
Nate, what I was trying to say about...
A magician reveal the secrets. Do you really want to see a magician tell you how he did the secrets?
No.
See, Nate, what I was saying about Raylan Givens is that Raylan Givens isn't a piece of shit or whatever, but he is surrounded by all of this. Whatever. And Sean just came over there, right? Was that Sean?
Yeah. Hey, we're recording an audio show here.
I just saw my nephew. Much love, buddy. But anyway, what I was saying is Raylan Givens isn't a piece of shit, but he's not better than the people that are around him. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I think he is. I think he has I don't know. I think he has a moral compass, whereas a lot of the people around him don't have a moral compass. He does what he has to do, but he makes his decisions with thoughtfulness.
But all the people that make the shitty decisions around him are making the same shitty decisions around him for different reasons. Man, when I say different reasons, that sounds weird.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, Raylan Givens and fucking Walter Goggins' character are the same fucking person. they're just in different environments.
And that's why they're a great babyface and a great heel. Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan was a great babyface, but a lot of times he worked like a heel.
I'm going to go off of the greatest, one of the greatest filmmakers of our generation. And Aaron and Nate, I guarantee you're going to fucking agree with me, but Kevin Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Because he directed The Flash from the CW. If you've never seen it, it's fucking amazing. It's really good. Like,
It's
CW
really good
does DC.
It's really good for the first couple of seasons, and then after the first couple of seasons, it gets a little convoluted.
Right.
But go ahead.
He said when he went to direct The Flash and he saw how they have Barry Allen Zoom, it ruined it for him. The same thing is with pro wrestling. Once you know, it's spoiled. It's ruined. I'd rather not know. Whether you want to sit there and say like, oh well, he's a mark and he's paying his money. Like, I'd rather fucking have that. I'd rather fucking sit there.
Yeah, Kyle and I were talking during the break about Hunter, the Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Hunter Helmsley story that was told over a period of a number of years, probably 5 years in the WWE. And what a great story it was.
Well, you can't sit here and tell me that the fact when Shawn Michaels comes out there and tells Taker, like, isn't it interesting that I could still be the guy to end the streak going into 28 in the Hell in the Cell? Like, it's just like, oh my God, like, what?
And like I was saying before we came back on, it came back on impromptu here in the We Can't Wrestle podcast. Yeah. But like I was saying before we came back on the air, I think that whole thing, gets lost when on shows like ours that are about wrestling history and stuff, talk about wrestling history and great rivalries and all that. We don't talk about that because it was surrounded by a product that was slowly deteriorating.
Yeah.
And starting to get to the point where it is now, where you're kind of indifferent to it.
And that's the sad part about it. And I don't know, it's almost like one of those things where it's the lobster mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Where you put a lobster in a pot and you immediately throw it in boiling water, it's going to jump out. But if you put it in and slowly turn the heat up over time, it's going to sit there and get cooked. It's the same thing with us. Like, slowly over time, like, we have accepted the bullshit that's happened.
Yeah.
And now we're getting to the point where it's like, what the fuck? And we're victims of it as well, because now it is, everybody wants instant gratification right away. The greatest stories ever told in pro wrestling, or even, it doesn't fucking matter whether you want to talk about cinema, books, it doesn't matter. It's always a long build to it.
Right.
Because you can't have a satisfying end until you've been robbed of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I don't know, but all right. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, and that was the way it was with the Taker Shawn thing, because like we were robbed of Shawn's career.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck, that sucks.
But there's possibly. And I'm even saying the end of Flair's career, especially, I don't know. Anyway, for me, that is that WrestleMania 26 deal with Taker and Shawn is to me the best send-off match ever.
I don't know. I think it's a great send-off, but I think 24 with Shawn and Rick, because you brought it up. But that fucking moment when Shawn looks at Flair, and Flair's standing up and he's in fucking tears because he knows, like, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
He can't fight anymore. And Shawn's just like, I am sorry. I love you. And
it was emotional.
And
most
the fact that, like, earlier in the match, Shawn goes for Sweet Chin Music and stops because he's like, I can't fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, I'm completely lost in this.
That's all right. We just
Because-
decided to start recording because we were talking and it was a good conversation. So
we're talking
Okay.
about great storylines and what it takes to make a good story in wrestling. And
so
Okay,
Kyle,
Nate.
what?
I was gonna do my would you rather.
Actually, Kyle's next.
yeah, I just want to say this in this conversation real quick. It's the reason why when you watch Batman v Superman as opposed to Marvel's Civil War, the stakes were so much higher because you had a story building up. There was stakes in it. You fell in love with the characters, and so by the time the Captain America and Iron Man fought, it meant something.
Right.
As opposed to Batman v Superman, where it was just like, well, these two are fighting. Well, it's like, well, what?
We haven't had any kind of a build to this at all.
It's fucking storytelling 101, and it's lost in this day. So would you rather? All right. Would you rather have WCW figured out all their bullshit, all their politics, all the problems, and still be in business today, or ECW figure out all of their fucking financial problems and still be in business today? So basically, would you rather have WCW still be in business today or ECW still be in business today?
ECW.
ECW.
I'm the same way.
And my rationale for it, I don't know about you guys, but my rationale for it is because
It'd be Paul Heyman booking it.
yeah, and true, and ECW. Okay, yes, all right. So they were kind of different products, WWF and WCW, but ECW was a starkly different product. So I would rather have the starkly different product survive than the two similar products survive.
Now follow up. Do you think that ECW, and I know this is going to open up a Pandora's box, and I apologize, but do you think that ECW could have fucking survived on a mainstream platform with everything that they were? Like, I mean, here's the problem. You know, we've heard it time and time again where, you know, Vince McMahon even told Paul, like, you're going to have to change shit now that you're...
Okay, Vince told Paul you're going to have to change shit now that you're mainstream, and then Vince McMahon did what Paul Heyman did.
He did, but it was in a much more toned down sense.
I don't know. Some of that 99 stuff, I don't know that I would call that toned down.
True, but I mean, like, the problem was that, like, with like ECW, like, they
Of course,
were...
99 and WWF's garbage, but anyway, go ahead.
It is. But like ECW, like the ECW at the time in like 99, 98 was that very hardcore style.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, WWF brought that in with the attitude, but it felt like the WWF had a fucking leash on it.
Right.
Where fucking ECW is just like fucking balls to the wall, man.
What I will say,
guess,
one more thing here. What I will say is, I think that Paul Heyman had more logic and constraint in his brain than Vince Russo.
I agree.
So but I think that Paul could have done a better job on a mainstream basis on his own without Vince McMahon than Russo did.
But this brings in the question, and again, I'm not trying to get off topic, but the question is, if Nirvana had been around today, or Kurt Cobain hadn't been murdered, yes, I said fucking murdered because I don't fucking believe.
Watch Soaked in Bleach, folks.
Yeah, but the problem with like Nirvana, ECW, and anything else, it is a product of its time. It's very underground. And the moment that it becomes mainstream, you risk the fact of alienating your audience.
I think that properly done, you could have had ECW yes, things would have had to change a little bit, but I think with Heyman's mind, and the most important thing about this is you would have to give someone else the checkbook. But you have someone else running the finances and Paul Heyman running the creative. I dare you to find a better time in the history of that fucking SmackDown show than the time that Paul Heyman was booking it in what, 03, 04?
Oh, it was so good.
SmackDown was at its best during that time frame. And so there's another case for, I think, Paul Heyman could have kept his company afloat, done some really cool... Because if you look at his booking style, eventually, maybe ECW would have evolved into what SmackDown was at that time. Super athletes like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar just having amazing wrestling matches. You know?
Well, and that was the thing about it. Like, I don't think enough credit is given to Paul Heyman with what he did to Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kurt Angle up to that point was very fucking lackadaisy. He was very funny. He was very, it was Paul Heyman that turned him like, no, this is a fucking killer. This is a full-blooded, like, he will fucking fuck your shit up. That was the one thing that I loved about TNA, and especially in the early years with Kurt Angle. They made him a fucking vicious, fucking in-ring competitor.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, no, he's not, this isn't fucking Mr. I'm going to fucking...
wear a little cowboy hat.
Yeah, this is like, no, I'm going to fucking break your fucking ankle.
Right. So, Aaron, what's your next would you rather?
Would you rather, for the next year, watch WCW 1999 or WWE 2018?
WCW.
You have to pick. You have to pick.
WCW.
WCW 1999.
Yep. Because the least with WCW 1999
or WWE 2018.
It was a fucking train wreck. And honestly, maybe I'm the only person to fucking say this and believe this, but up until about Fall Brawl in 1999, WCW 1999 was pretty decent. Once Eric Bischoff got sent home and Vince Russo took in about Halloween Havoc, it went fucking down the fucking tube. But, like, seriously, go back and watch a lot of the 1999 because you have Spring Stampede, which is a fucking amazing.
I like WCW 99.
But, yeah, like I said, I think towards the tail end, that's when it starts to go downhill. And I would fucking love to watch that as opposed to fucking 2018 WWE.
Nate seems conflicted.
I am conflicted because I think most of WCW 1999 is garbage. That's just my opinion, but because I start the year off with the finger poke of doom, and then I go through I go through another or some headache-inducing just won't die. It's horrible fucking death NWO. And then I've got Hogan coming back in the red and yellow trying to ponder again in 1999 and Kevin Nash and Hogan at Hog Wild. And then at the end of 99, I have to watch Vince Russo essentially do coke and then put on a wrestling show for 2 hours that the camera cutaways and I don't know. I'll watch WWE 2018 at least. at least the matches are fantastic on the pay-per-views and shit.
I'm going to sit right here right now. Right now, I'm going to try to defend the finger poking Doom.
Great heel move.
Whether I succeed or fail, I don't know.
Worst bait and switch ever.
I'm going to try to fucking be the defense lawyer for it.
All right.
I can see the process.
Kyle Army.
I can see the process, and I can see the thought behind it, because you have Goldberg, who, again, it is what every babyface is you need that fucking babyface chasing the heels.
Right.
And I wonder if Goldberg hadn't been injured and they were able to play it out, if it hadn't been differently. Because here's the thing, like, it wasn't a pay-per-view that they did the finger poke with Doom. It was a night show.
No,
so
you're right.
So they didn't, you didn't get charged for it. Like I said, to have Goldberg have to run through all of the NWO to finally get back to Hogan, if that had been the way it played out, it's a great idea. Unfortunately,
but it didn't, and we were talking about the whole year.
No, I know, but unfortunately, that's Goldberg getting injured. It's
Right.
Raz and Mataz, I got another question for Nate.
Is this another Would You Rather?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not next. I'm next.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna ask a question.
Oh, this is a follow up.
No, it's not. If you want to ask your question, that's fine.
You got my turn.
Once you ask your question, I'm going to ask my question.
No,
but then you're skipping Kyle.
Yeah, it's my turn next.
We should skip him.
Squid him? You say we should squid him.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Fuck that guy.
All right, guys. I think this will be an easy one. I guess I won't say it's going to be easy, but I think it's going to be kind of cut and dry. And the cut and dry is.
Yeah, I know. That's what my mate's wife.
The cut and dry of this is.
He died. Giles just died.
All right, here we go. Would you rather only be able to watch Forever? The other one's gone. The other one you cannot watch.
I don't like where this is headed.
Would you rather only be able to watch Bret Hart's matches or Eddie Guerrero's matches?
Eddie Guerrero.
Hart's.
Eddie
I'd
Guerrero.
rather watch Bret Hart's matches.
Bret Hart's?
Yeah.
Reason?
Because he's fucking fantastic.
So's Eddie.
I love Bret Hart. Bret Hart has great matches with everybody, and I've never seen a bad Bret Hart match. And I know everybody's going to say, I've never seen a bad Eddie Guerrero match either, but I fucking love Bret Hart.
All right. Kyle?
Bret. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think overrated is the word I would use for Bret Hart, but I think he's very full of himself. Every Bret Hart match I've ever seen is always the same.
And I'm not.
It's very paint by numbers. With Eddie Guerrero, the man changed it up a lot.
And here's where it's funny because I kind of agree with both of you. Although I would pick, and as much as I love Bret, I would pick Eddie. And the only reason I say that is because it kind of comes into what Kyle was saying. I don't think that Bret's matches were necessarily cookie cutter. I think Bret was always good at adapting to his opponent. But I think that in the long and short of everything, if you watch Eddie's body of work, he was more innovative than Bret.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why by a slim margin, I would pick Eddie. Kyle, your next would you rather?
All right.
Bret lasted longer.
He did.
Jesus. Fuck. All right. Would you rather fight 100 frog-sized Bork lasers or one Bork laser-sized frog?
What did he ask?
Would you rather fight 100 frog-sized Bork lasers
Frogs?
or one Bork laser-sized frog?
This is a stupid question.
I'm gonna fight the 100 because I can stomp them. I think the big frog,
Yep.
the big frog would just fuck me up. Ribbit, ribbit,
I have a better question than this.
ribbit,
You got to
ribbit,
answer.
ribbit, 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 ribbit. Sorry.
I seriously have a better question than this.
Well, to answer his question though.
Sorry that I'm trying to bring some fucking, levity to this fucking podcast and make it fucking enjoyable for our fans. Sorry, Aaron, that I didn't fucking have a finish for you. I didn't fucking bring my fucking A game for my fucking what ifs. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun here and try to show people that, hey, we're fucking having a good time. But go ahead with your better fucking question.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. What was Kyle's question? I didn't even hear what he said.
Essentially, it was: would you rather have to fight 100 frog-sized Brock Lesnar's or one Brock Lesnar-sized frog?
The hell of a podcast. I wish you was fucking paying attention.
I'd rather fight a frog-sized Brock Lesnar.
A Brock Lesnar-sized frog?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Aaron, what's your next would you rather?
This is silly, though, because I honestly...
You better bring the fucking thunder, Aaron, because I'm going to judge the shit out of
I honestly have a Brock Lesnar question.
Oh.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
See, would you rather watch Brock Lesnar versus Bruiser Brody or watch 10 midget-sized Brock Lesnar's versus 10 midget-sized Bruiser Brody's?
And you're going to shit talk my fucking question?
Yeah. So you're going to watch Brock Lesnar versus Bruiser Brody or 10 midget-sized Brock Lesnar's versus 10 midget-sized Bruiser Brody's.
The midgets, because it would be the midgets. The midgets would be entertaining. Watching Brock Lesnar wrestle Bruiser Brody would not, because they would just no-sell each other, and it would be like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg at WrestleMania 20.
Can you imagine the fucking 20 fucking little midgets wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, the little beards, the little beards on the Brodies.
There's 10 midget Brock Lesnar's and 10 midget Bruiser Brody's.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
I just have a vision right now of fucking 10 little midget Brock Lesnar's going, ah!
So yeah, that's my answer. I think a match between the real guys would be terrible because, like I said, they're, you know what I mean, with the attitudes and the.
Well, because that's the thing with Brock is like that's why he's fought fucking little guys. You know, well, not say little guys, but guys smaller than him here recently, except for like Drew, because it's like
right.
I know that the big guy versus the big guy can sell tickets, but fuck, man, I don't enjoy watching it all the time.
All right, guys.
Okay, this is my last stupid question.
Hey, hold on. You're screwing up the flow here.
Why are you cutting? Why are you?
Let me ask last.
Are you going to cut in line and buy lottery tickets for fuck's sake?
Yeah.
Are you going to cut in line, ask your question, and then fall asleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna
no, because he's going to answer.
I'm gonna be stupid as shit. This is my last question. Shut the fuck up. This is my last question. I'm gonna ask Nate and I'm gonna ask Kyle. You gotta pick one. Okay? You guys ready?
I was born ready.
Okay. He's ready at both of them. But you gotta pick.
That's the point of the game.
fucking suspense killing me.
Shut the fuck up. You gotta pick. Are you gonna watch Ric Flair cut a promo for his matches? Like, you can only watch Ric Flair for the rest of your life cut promo or wrestle his matches. Does that make sense?
Cut a promo.
Cut a promo.
Okay.
How about you?
I'd rather watch him wrestle Ricky Steamboat than cut a promo.
Dad, and no disrespect to the matches, they're fantastic, but I'd much rather watch his personality. Watch him cut his promo, watch him talk about the matches.
Yeah, I'd rather see him sell the people into the building.
I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the times that's what, I mean, I don't know. So my next one, I'm calling an audible here. Aaron, would you rather follow the format of the fucking show or do your own format?
I'd rather do my own format.
No, but my series.
I'd rather do my own format.
I need to create your own podcast so you can do your own format.
I would prefer that too, and most people would prefer it too.
Fall asleep on it.
All right, so
2.5 hours.
In all seriousness, my next one was: would you rather have to stop eating pizza?
Oh no!
Or stop eating chicken in any form?
Fuck you, chicken. I'm not giving up pizza. I'm a fat man. I love my pizza.
I like chicken wings.
More than pizza?
I'm eating chicken. I'm eating
chicken too, and I love pizza, but I love fried chicken. I love a good goddamn rotisserie chicken. Like,
yeah, I eat goddamn hot sauce on that shit.
I eat a rotisserie chicken like Kendall actually said tonight we had a rotisserie chicken for supper, and she was like, "You eat a rotisserie chicken like you're a Viking."
You put some hot sauce. You put some hot sauce, some chicken. Fuck off, man!
Thought I knew you guys.
That's good shit.
Kyle, come on, chicken is so versatile. It's amazing.
I understand it's versatile, but
you're gonna give up a southern fried drumstick.
Throw your stupid head in that fan.
Yeah, you know what? I am gonna give up that southern fried fucking drumstick for a fucking slice of pizza.
You know what?
Pepperoni, fucking ham.
You know what's
fucking-
great? You know what's great about this episode of the show? At one point or another, every one of us has healed on the other one.
Let me
You
ask
know what's
you a
great
question.
about this show?
Let me ask you a question.
Nate,
you.
We're all
Hold on.
three.
Nate,
We're all
you know
three
what's great
fucking
about this show?
connoisseurs. Hold on. We're all three
Me.
connoisseurs. Hold on, Aaron. We're all three connoisseurs of alcoholic beverages, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. When's the last time that you fucking decided I'm gonna cook a fucking chicken?
Listen,
Or you like
Kyle.
I'm gonna cook a fucking pizza.
Listen, I have had
Dude,
quite a few brews tonight, and all I'm thinking about is when we get done with this show, I'm gonna go dig back into that rotisserie chicken like a Viking.
I just see you sitting there on the fucking couch, like
The cats are surrounding me, watching me.
your wife comes like, "Are you coming to bed?" Like, no.
I'll be there shortly. Face
I'm gonna
covered
say
in
that.
Chicken.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle.
Aaron.
I thought you already asked your last question, Aaron.
Yeah.
No, I don't have
You
a
said it
question.
was your last question. Oh, okay.
I don't have a question. We were talking about food.
Yes.
Our dad had a massive heart attack.
Right.
Okay.
And your dad, I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry, but your dad is the only guy I know that could have a massive heart attack, stare the fucking Rim Reaper in the fucking eye, and scare him back to fucking Hades. He's like, nope, it ain't my time. Fucking like,
Not today, Chuckles.
he's like, all right.
But this happened. My dad, had a heart attack, and Nate and I were in Lima, and Nate was just like, "Oh, there's chicken." I smell chicken. And as we were driving home, he was just like, "Oh man, there's chicken." And we just fucking ate chicken in the fucking back seat. Like,
So, Kyle, you have one left,
Yes.
as do I.
is what's left?
He has one would you rather left.
God damn it. Would I rather not hear it? Yeah, probably. Looks like a David Lynch murder
One
scene.
left.
What's going on?
I'm sorry that my wow, you are a fucking just
Like
you are
you,
fucking just unpleasant tonight.
fuck is going on?
Kyle's internet is taking a shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's
It's right
happening.
here. Okay. So my last one of the night.
All right. Damn it. I thought we had it. Kyle, you froze. At first you were doing this, and now you're just completely
Looks like a
froze. God damn it. I'm going to have to edit the fuck out of this episode.
I hate myself and my life.
Oh God, this is gonna take me an hour just to put this fucking thing together. I have so much shit to cut out of this episode.
It looks like he's on BET right now.
Kyle's in
It's just
DRS.
us now.
He's in DRS. That's an obscure reference that no one will ever hear because I'm gonna have to edit all of this out of this fucking thing.
Kyle died and he deserved it. My back hurts.
I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Somebody's gotta poop. We all poop. Somebody's dead. Oh.
Wipeout.
That's disgusting.
That's the new entrance for the show. The new entrance music. God, this show is.
Oh, Wipeout.
I told Aaron it's gonna take me like an hour and a half to fucking edit this show. We have had so much shit fuck up on this thing.
Yeah, we have.
All right, let me write this down. We only have 2 more. Kyle has 1 more, and I have.
Yep. Mine's a good one.
Hey, you know, if Mumford and Son just aborted their babies, it'd all be better.
Fuck Sanford and Son.
I like Stanford and Son.
All right. Ready?
Oh, I love the show.
Me too. All right, Kyle, what is your last would you rather this week?
Would you rather Starcade or WrestleMania?
Starcade.
I feel like the way you presented it, it sounded like they were dances. Like, would
They
you rather
are.
Starcade or WrestleMania? Would you rather do the Dougie? Anyway, or the Running Man?
Dance of Life.
I'd rather watch a Starcade or I'd watch a WrestleMania.
I'm the opposite. I would rather watch a WrestleMania than a Starcade. But again, as usual, as I always say, I'm a WWF guy.
But I'd much rather watch fucking Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes or the Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express before I'd watch fucking Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant or any other stupid shit.
Steve Austin versus Bret Hart.
Well, what year of Starcade WrestleMania? I guess I should say.
Fucking all of them. Would you rather have WrestleMania or Starcade?
Starcade.
I'm gonna go with WrestleMania as well. It's the
Well, you're wrong.
celebration
That's
of
fine.
life. Well, you know what's fucked up is that you and my ex-wives we get fucking along really well because I'm always wrong.
Because neither one of us want your dick.
It's true. It's like a half-eaten Tic Tac.
All right.
So why don't you come over here and I'll freshen your breath?
Nasty.
What? Look, hey, I'm just playing with the cards that I was dealt. It's not my fault.
Throw
I've
your head
tried
in
my
that
penis-
fan.
I've tried the penis pumps. They don't work. All you end up getting is a sore dick. So I don't know what you want me to do. I'm out here trying to better myself.
That was the most Jewish moment in the history of the show. I don't know what you want me to do.
You'll come
So
over here,
finally,
we give you a great.
have a nice cake.
Have a nice cake. I like cake.
Our final would you rather of the evening. Here you
I like
go, guys.
pie more than cake.
Me too. I don't like cake.
Yeah, I know. Like that. I'm sorry, Nate. I don't mean
Here,
to cut you
eat
off. I
some
know
of
it's
this.
getting late.
Eat
But-
some of this sponge with sugar in it.
But like, you can get fucking pie in any flavor. Cake's just fucking boring. Like the pie, like I fucking love pie.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the last would you rather of the evening. You guys are coming over. We're gonna watch a WrestleMania. Would you rather watch WrestleMania 13 or WrestleMania 10?
I'd rather watch WrestleMania 13.
I'd rather watch WrestleMania 10.
I think that
Wrong. So sit on the curb and cry.
I choose 10 because I think that I love WrestleMania 13, but I think from open to end, I think WrestleMania 10 is a better card. Like WrestleMania 13 has some great things on it, but WrestleMania 10 is a more solid card, I think.
With
WrestleMania 10's a
you
good
get-
card, but WrestleMania 13 is more entertaining.
On what grounds? You're coming for that fucking wonderful Undertaker Sid match?
No, I'm going with the fact that the opening match is great and the LOD fucking
Yo, these
Nation of Domination match is great. WrestleMania 13 is fucking fantastic.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not.
Hold on. You're gonna sit here and tell me that you want to talk about an opening match? Fucking Brett versus Owen, Razor versus fucking Shawn in the ladder match, Yoko versus Brett. And you're gonna sit here and fucking try to tell me that you're gonna fucking put that up against fucking fuck. I'm gonna sit here and tell you right now. I like WrestleMania 13 too, but honestly, wholeheartedly, like it's Brett and Austin that makes that show what it is. Because it damn sure ain't fucking Taker versus Sid.
No, that match isn't very good. Now, I will give Aaron that that Chicago street fight is great.
It's great.
And but you've also got a kind of a popcorn fart of an Intercontinental title match with Rocky and the Sultan. You've got that four corners tag match that isn't great. There's just, like I said, 13. I'm not saying it's a bad show at all. It's one of my favorite WrestleManias, but
13,
I just think
13 is a better all around show than WrestleMania.
No.
I think 10 is.
No.
Nope.
Because
13's a better all around show.
I've been on a WrestleMania kick. I have watched them all from beginning to I'm up to 2000 now, and I've got to tell you, I watched WrestleMania 13, and as soon as I got done with Brett and Austin, I was like, all right, well, that's pretty much it. Like, it's, you know, it's the same way with WrestleMania 16.
That's 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming for the fucking Four Corners match. That's it.
Now, WrestleMania 2000 does have the Benoit Angle Jericho triple threat, which is good.
It does. It does. You're right. And it does have that wonderful ladder match.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does have that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of WrestleMania 15 where it's Austin and Rock.
WrestleMania 15 is a one-match show. End of story. WrestleMania 15 is It's Vince Russo's WrestleMania. It's a one-match show.
What? Are you sitting here telling me you didn't come for the fucking Brawl for All? To see fucking
I didn't come for it, but it is fun to watch because that dude gets knocked the fuck out.
Yes, and you know what? Like, every time I watch WrestleMania 15, I think of Jackass, where fucking Butterbean's like, I feel sorry for you, Johnny. Why don't you give me one right here? He's like, there you go, man. And boom.
Well, that is it to put in the books another edition of the We Can't Wrestle podcast, the Would You Rather edition of the We Can't Wrestle podcast, which I think we're going to name, what did I say? We're going to name it Brad Dog and Salami Joe. Is that what we got there?
Yep.
All right, everybody. There it was. Would you rather in the We Can't Wrestle podcast? Would you rather listen to a train wreck or not listen to a train wreck? It's fun. I love it. That was the unused audio that we had from back in September where Kyle, Aaron, and myself recorded that episode of the show that did not make the air. Hope you enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I enjoyed it. Some of the scenarios really cool. Just want to remind you to stay tuned. The We Can't Wrestle podcast Hall of Fame inaugural class is inducted, and we are discussing those nominees, those inductees, etc., with many, many voices here in the We Can't Wrestle podcast. That is going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. And don't forget to check out Reliving the Extreme, as Aaron, myself, and ECW's Chad Austin every single week are reliving ECW week over week. It is a fantastic journey. And don't forget to join our Facebook group if you have not yet. If you listen to the show and you're not a member, what the fuck are you waiting for? Please do join our Facebook group, as we have lots of free items we give away. Lots of fun we have, lots of wrestling discussions. I'm very proud of the group. I'm very proud of the guys. And that being said, I'm going to sign off this week for this edition of the We Can't Wrestle podcast, and we will see you next time around for the Hall of Fame. Have a great week, everybody.